Let's open up and tour the all-new 2022 Grand Design Imagine 2400 BH. Hello and good afternoon, everybody. This is Chris with Great Escapes RV Supercenter, and it is my pleasure to show off this beautiful travel trailer with you all today. We're gonna walk around the outside, show you the unit all closed up and explain some of the features. Then I'm gonna crawl on top of the roof, show that as well. Then we'll go inside with the unit all closed up and show off how practical would it be if you had to be parked on the side of the road to catch some Z's, use the restroom, or maybe even cook a meal. How easily accessible is this RV and how fast does it set up? And then we'll give you a final overlook of the unit as a whole. Thank you all so much for joining us. Let's jump into it. Starting out with the front, you've got a fully molded fiberglass front cap. I really like this design on here for the Imagine lineup. You also have LED running lights. They have a little diamond guard rock plate set up on here as well. So as far as rock chips goes, that helps out quite a bit. A nice setup with the power tongue jack. I love that they include this little convenient docking light. You can imagine hitching up at this at night. This just makes it so much easier. You've got dual 20-pound propane tanks, which you fill upon your purchase, as well as provide you with a battery, but you have an additional section right there. If you wanted to add a second battery, you could do that. This is an aluminum substructure. Heated and enclosed Four Seasons camper, fiberglass sidewalls, and it also has a really beautiful setup in here with the drop frame pass-through storage. There is a ton of room in here, guys, to fit all your goodies. I like this quite a bit. You've got a 110 power source right here. Comes in extremely handy because you do have manual jacks on this, but get you a 3/4 inch socket, get you a cord or cordless drill, which you could plug in right there, and then that will raise and lower much faster than if you had to do that manually. You have on, off, and motion sensing LED lights on both sides. Very cool. And then of course on the opposite side is your convenience center and some additional accessories, which we'll get into. LED lights on the top, bottom, and on the sides, and my personal favorite, the 1.25 inch thick slam latch baggage doors. Rock and roll. Now, as far as this awning, this is a huge 21-foot full span awning, which we will open once we get inside. It's a full span on here. You have plenty of shade to be able to entertain the friends and family. Exterior mounted marine grade speakers. You got your vent set up as well. You've got a 35,000 BTU furnace. You also have another 110 power port right here, as well as a cable TV output. You've got a section right here for potable water. You guys can be able to transport that with you. And this is a great setup, guys. Dexter axles. You've got the updated Goodyear Endurance USA made tires, and you're prepped for tire pressure monitoring sensors on the aluminum rim upgrade with nitrogen fill on there. Very awesome. Once again, this is the 2400 BH. It has the industry-leading 3-year limited structural warranty offered through Grand Design. And out here, one of my personal favorites with any RV, especially when you're entertaining friends and family, you've got a little kitchenette out here. It comes in extremely handy. 2-burner Capital grill. Additional storage up in here, and then a nice little mini refrigerator to be able to keep your drinks and stuff cool. I do like that they include this little spray port right here, because even though that the unit doesn't include an outside sink, you guys can get you a little wash basin. You guys can take that little quick disconnect hose that's up in the front, plug that into here, rinse the kids off, rinse the dogs off, or clean up after your nice cooking session that you guys have. Very cool. Close this off. It also has a magnetic catch to hold up top, so you don't have to worry about those little plastic tabs. Coming back here, you do have a 6-gallon hot water heater, full-size spare tire, of course LED lights on the top, bottom, and on the sides. You're pre-wired for the industry's best Furrion backup camera, and you have an access ladder to gain access to your fully walkable roof. I have one hand holding the camera, the other hand is free. I always kind of highlight this, that I have the potential of falling, but I'm dedicated to YouTube, I'm dedicated to you, and I'm dedicated to Grand Design. So, I'm a ninja. Let's do this one-handed. Coming up here, this is great, guys. So you got you've got your 2 vents for the front, and then in the bathroom you have a Winegard omnidirectional Air 360 antenna that makes it that much easier to be able to find your channels. You've got your Furrion AC system, and you also have up there a connection to be able to put a pre-wire. You're already pre-wired for a solar panel. You also have a little another vent right here, and interesting enough, I'm still gonna post it, but it's missing the cap. we're gonna get that replaced, get that on there, but that little cap right there should be on this too. So we'll get that addressed. And you also have a skylight, really nice setup. Let's go down here. Sometimes those little caps, they blow off. It's not a big deal. We'll get that taken care of. This is the dumping section right here for your gray and your black tank. You see you have a nice little convenience light. It's very nice. Right here, this is a tank flushing right here. Be able to flush your black tank. This does have one slide out on it. Nice setup. Coming over right here, open this up, magnetic catch on top, and then look down here, beautiful. Opposite section of your pass-through storage, on-off and motion sensing light. This is the button right here to operate your running lights on the front. There's your pre-wire for your tire pressure monitoring sensor. There's that quick spray hose for that port that I was mentioning to you on the opposite side of the coach. You have a manual override here and your convenience center. A 12-volt disconnect. You have your city water input right here, and then you have a nice little 110 port right here, which is one of my personal favorites, because if you take and you run your hose right here, let's say you're in freezing temperatures, you can take your heated hose and plug it into there. Very, very convenient. Also cable TV and satellite inputs, and then of course for city water and fresh tank fill, and then an additional outdoor spray port for a shower. Very nice. On the 1.25 inch thick slam latch baggage doors. Sweet. Let's go inside and open up this beautiful RV. Oh, I like those running lights. That's pretty sweet. You can see, imagine what that looks like at night. There's part of me one day, I want to be able to do a couple of night videos just to show off some of these LED light systems. That'd be pretty cool. Let me know what y'all think about that in the comments below. So we take this, open it up, open this door. I love the friction hinge doors because right now I have a very strong gust of wind actually coming from this direction. If this was a non-friction hinge door, this door would just slam shut. So even though it still can technically close on you, it's not going to slam shut. That definitely saves your finger from getting smashed. I did that actually about 2 weeks ago. I had one slam shut on me. It's not very fun at all. More ride entry step upgrade. I like this a lot. Very cool, folds up and out of the way, very convenient. Press this little tab. This will come down and touch the ground completely. Of course, you can adjust your steps and stuff on the way it sits, depending on your terrain. But then you want to make sure that your sill plate is matched up properly so your door can be able to close and it won't damage the swing of the door, which is good. And then we will go ahead and walk on into here and check it out. So I've had this unit on about 10 minutes and it's so much more comfortable in here than it is outside. It's very hot outside. So first look, of course, you're going to notice one, the slide is closed, and with the slide closed, you cannot enter the front portion of the bedroom. Now, if you did have to be parked on the side of the road and you still wanted to maybe catch a little bit of sleep, I do like that this has enough room. Sorry, I'm moving around a little bit in here. This does have enough room. You can still pull out the couch and lounge back and still catch a little bit of a nap. You still have full access to side of your kitchen. And even though you can't open it all the way, you do have enough room to be able to open it just enough to maybe get out a couple of drinks, and you can still open your freezer all the way. Very cool. You can also have the kids hop back there, be able to catch some Z's, and you have full access to your bathroom with the slide closed. So that is a thumbs up for a family camper of this size to be able to pull off on the side of the road and still have easily accessible areas other than that front portion, which it would only take a couple of seconds, you know, to open up, which we're going to go ahead and do. So your command center's right here. Of course, you can check all your fluid levels right here. This has the connect option where you can turn on your Bluetooth and operate this remotely from your phone. Of course, you pressing your ceiling lights turns on all the lights. Pressing exterior lights would turn on all exterior lights. Your water pump is going to be dedicated for whenever you're carrying potable water with you. So whenever you want water pressure and you're not hooked up to city water, you'd hit that water pump. And then of course your water heater through gas and electric. Usually if you're riding down the road and you're wanting, or if you're in an area where you're boondock camping, of course you'll run off gas, but you can also use the electric at the campsites. And if for some reason you want a quicker water recovery, you can do gas and electric at the same time for faster hot water recovery. awning extension and retraction, and then slide room in and out. So we'll go ahead and take the slide room and hold down out. You'll see the slide begin to move. This is a Schwinn slide system. Very good, very reliable. At its fullest extent, you're going to hear the motor kind of wind down. That is when you need to let off of the button to let you know that it's at its fullest extent. You should be able to hear it in just a second. There you go. Now you're at your fullest extent, and now you can gain access to the front bedroom, and you have plenty of room to be able to move around in here. Very awesome. Getting into this a little bit further, they also give you a little cabinet area to store. I really love that Grand Design is all about taking and adding storage spaces in the most awkward places. So in a lot of places where they would just close that off area, you know, they open that up. You could shove some shoes in there. You could even do a low profile Tupperware container to put some additional storage in there. Very cool. Area to be able to hang your jackets. You do have fire extinguisher, carbon monoxide smoke detector, emergency exits. You've got a double bunk system right here with a built-in ladder for the kids to be able to get up and get down. You also have this down here, which is one really cool one. You can fold this up out of the way, and then this will come up and out of the way, and you have additional storage back there to slide some coolers. Very cool. I like this quite a bit too because I've spoke to people who didn't prefer the bunkhouse layouts, but they ended up buying it because even though that you might not have kids or you might not have them stay with you very often, I prefer these bunkhouse layouts because it's just that much more storage. What I mean by that is you can take this mattress out. There's a little lip in here already as it is. Imagine taking this top section out and just putting a bunch of Tupperware bins up here for additional storage. If you have company, then you just simply swap that out and you're back to your bunk style setup. You've got privacy curtains here as well. You also have LED lights on the top and on the bottom. Very cool, as well as a 110 and a USB charging port. Very cool. Privacy blackout curtains as well. Slow rise, I like that quite a bit. Coming in here into the bathroom, it's a nice setup. Walking into here, you have the Dometic toilet. You also have a nice little vanity storage area, as well as a medicine cabinet, and nice setup with the walk-in shower. It's a nice large one, plenty of room to be able to move around. It does have this, correct me if I'm wrong, I call it the slingshot door, but it's basically got a built-in squeegee in it. It's pretty sweet, I like it. The only downfall with it is if you're in the middle of taking a shower and this is at its closed position and you go and open it and you don't, you know, if it snaps open on you, I'm gonna give you just a little demo. So that gets pretty loud, and this is an enclosed room, and so it can be startling. Some people like it, some people don't. That's why I like that they do this low profile right here, because if you don't like this slingshot door, you can still add your own little D-rings and put your own shower curtain on here and not have to worry about that making some crazy loud noise whenever it gets slammed open. You have additional storage nooks in here for towels and other toiletry items. You have a little 12-volt fan up there to keep it nice and ventilated in here. The AC is blowing nice and cold, keeping it nice and cool in here. These units, they insulate very well. I can't express that enough. And actually what we're gonna go ahead and do as well is explain some of the features or some of the specs on this RV, and then I'll get into a little bit further. So, unloaded vehicle weight rating is 5,725 pounds. You have a hitch weight of 505 pounds. The gross vehicle weight rating on this is 7,495 pounds. You have a length of 28 foot 11, a height of 11 feet. Freshwater capacity of 52 gallons, gray water capacity of 82 gallons, wastewater capacity of 45. You have a 6-gallon hot water heater, and you have an R value on this RV of the main floor at 30, the walls are at a 7, the roof is at a 40, and it has a 60 by 80 queen size bed. Beautiful setup. TCL flat screen TV with the built-in Roku setting. I love this because if you have Wi-Fi or a personal hotspot, your Netflix, Hulu, Prime, all that good stuff can stream from here. It also is on the TV swivel, so that will actually be able to tilt out and around depending on what direction you want to watch from. Simply lift this up like so. You have the Jensen AM, FM, Bluetooth, CD, DVD, HDMI, multi-zone selection inside and outside. stereo system, which is a great setup on here. It's got pretty much everything you would need to be able to either operate, you know, put an Xbox or something right here, any kind of additional accessories. You're pretty much all set up with your sound system. Very cool. Close that. Additional storage in here. More storage down here, solid steel ball bearing drawer glides. You've got hidden hinges as well. You've got a 3-burner cooktop. It's the Furrion, really nice setup, but I have to highlight that this is not a cooktop right here. This is either you put this back here and it kind of helps as far as grease splatter goes, but also if you're not using it, it doubles up as additional countertop prep space. I've seen in the forums quite often that people thinking that this is a cooktop. This will shatter. It is tempered glass, but it will make a heck of a mess. And so definitely even when you're done cooking, let the cooktop cool down before you put this tempered glass insert, because this will break. You have a convenience light here as well, and the top one does the convenience light, the bottom one does the oven light. Very nice. You also have the hood set up as well, so when you're frying up your bacon. High point microwave. You also have additional counter and preparation here, countertop space. Lift this leaf up for an additional section right here. You have a 1-piece stainless steel sink insert with the vegetable drying rack and the chef style faucet. Very nice. More storage. 110 ports. Additional storage down here. They got to give you a great setup with the Thomas Paine collection theater style seating. This thing has convenience light, so if you're moving around at night, you're not stubbing your toe. Built-in heat, built-in massage with variable speed settings. This thing is comfy. You guys want an extra person to be able to sit and hang out with you, fold that up and out of the way. The rest is history. Nice panoramic windows to be able to view out of. Look at that beautiful scene right there. A whole nother RV. That's why I keep that down. And I like that it's a deep slide. You can see that that sticks out quite a bit, and so it gives you plenty of room to be able to maneuver and move around. Moving up here to the front, 60 by 80 queen size mattress, very nice. You also have little convenience reading lights as well. Turn that on, turn it off. Very cool. Nice setup on that. You have 110 and USB charging ports right there as well, and it looks like a good section to be able to add in a CPAP machine if you did need to. More overhead cabinet storage. There's your air ventilation system right here, and you also have cable TV and satellite outputs with a TV backer to add an additional TV. Lift this up right here, and you've got an additional storage section down here with a little outdoor maybe you guys can put that right in front of your theater style seating to be able to enjoy your food and stuff while you're watching a movie, and then a nice little storage cubby be able to slide back and forth with all the manuals that are included in here. Ladies and gents, this is a brief introductory tour of this RV. I may have missed something. That's one of the reasons why we do an RV training class that's included with all new and used purchases here at our Gassville location. We also have a free private campground. This comes in extremely handy for one, people coming in from out of state, which we have happen quite a bit, but also two, we're an educational company. We want you guys to get acclimated to this RV and be comfortable with it. So we'll give you a night or two on the campground, let you work out the kinks, press the buttons and stuff. If you have issues, you're still here. We take it to the max. We actually include all of the hoses and everything as well. It's a starter kit for you to head straight to the campground with the basic essentials. It's another way that we're taking it above and beyond. Next, but not least, awning. Extension, retraction. Let's go ahead and extend. So this has the built-in LED light strip. It is actually a very nice 21-foot awning. This thing is big. I like this quite a bit. So when this awning is at its fullest extension, you will see a flap that folds down that lets you know that it's at its fullest extension. If you were to go even further than that, it would continue to roll up, but the downfall is it would roll up backwards on itself. So this is a brand new awning, so you have to kind of back it up just a little bit to get that flap to come down, but there's your flap. That lets you know that it's at its fullest extent. Now, let's give you a final overlook of this and let you see the amount of additional shade that you have, which is quite a bit. I like this a lot. I like this as well because it's the pitch adjustment. So simply take this, pull it down. It'll pitch the awning to one side or the other, but critical thing, when you put it back up, never push up past that part, because what will happen is it'll try to roll up on itself, it'll put it up in a bind, and you will break the system. Always have that slight dip in that to be able to roll up correctly. Very nice. Built-in LED light strip. Let's go ahead and turn that on, and then we will wrap it up. Ladies and gents, thank you so much for your time and the opportunity to do business together. I ask that you guys please like, subscribe, comment in the section below what you liked about this RV. If you have another RV that you'd like us to do a video tour on and it's in our inventory, let us know and we'll put it on our list. Thank you all so much. Happy camping.
Headed on down the road on a new adventure. Wherever we go, thanks to great escapes RV.